Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Q&A. I'm just waiting for people to get on the call here, and we'll get started here in just a little bit. But hey, Blake, nice to see you. It's been a while. Yeah, if you guys are tuned in, say hi. Drop me a little note there. Let me know that you guys are on. Love to interact with you guys. We're going to talk about our 2019 Bryce Canyon Ultra today. We got some exciting things that we're going to go over, so look forward to sharing those with you guys. We're going to be opening up registration this Friday, so make sure that you go onto our website and check the Bryce Canyon Ultra. We got a lot of detailed information stuff on there that you guys can get if we don't discuss it in this Q&A. But feel free to drop any questions you might have in here, and we will try to answer them when we get to it. We're going to be also doing some giveaways today. So hi, Anna. Welcome to our wonderful Q&A session here. We're going to be doing some giveaways here. So while we're waiting for people to get on, let's go ahead and get started with that. We're going to be giving away some vintage shirts. We'll pick 3 to 5 winners on Friday. So just to enter, just type vintage in the comments, and we'll make sure that that we, like I said, we'll be drawing or picking winners on Friday, and we'll contact you guys who wins. And I guess I'll go ahead and get started here. So I'm going to talk about the race. The dates for the Bryce Canyon Ultra for 2019 is going to be May 17th through the 18th. The start and finish line locations are going to be the same as they were last year at the Lucky 7 Ranch. There's going to be plenty of parking and camping available there. If you would like to look into that, it's a beautiful area and it's very accommodating to the event. We'll also have the expo there on the Thursday, the 16th. So make sure to check that out. I'm also going to post a map in the comments here so that you guys can follow along with the course as I'm discussing it. So I'm going to post that in the comments here right now, so you guys can follow along. This is a Google Map doc, so you can zoom in and out of it and look at what we're talking about. But I'm going to start out talking about the different courses that we're going to have and the routes that they go, and some of the changes that we've made this year. Before I do that, though, sorry, I'm going to talk about some of the race day details really quick. For starters, one of the exciting things that I want to announce that we are going to be adding this year is another distance. So we're going to have our 100-mile distance that we're going to offer. We'll also have our 50-mile distance. We will have a 50K and a half marathon, and we are adding a 60K. And you're probably thinking to yourself, why are you having a 60K and 50K? And I'm going to get into all that here in a little bit. There's some really good reasons why, and a lot of it has to do with the different scenery that you're going to see for each of those 2 courses. But I'll go into that here in a minute so that you can understand which course makes the most sense for each of you, and which one you're going to want to do. But let's see here for the event schedule. Thursday, we're going to be doing the packet pickup at the Lucky 7 Ranch, and it is going to go from 4 to 7 for the 100-mile check-in, and that's just at the mouth of Proctor Canyon. The 50-mile, 50K, and half marathon runners can check in at this time or on Friday from 2 to 7 p.m. The 100-mile course overview will be at 6 p.m. on that Thursday, and the 100-mile drop bags, the deadline for them being turned in is going to be that Thursday as well at 8 p.m. On Friday morning at 4 a.m., the bib pickup will open. The 100-mile race will begin at 5 a.m. From 2 to 7, the 50-mile, 50K, and half marathons can check in, and you'll want to make sure that you're at check-in at least 45 minutes early before the race starts. 6 p.m. on Friday, we'll have a course preview meeting or overview meeting, and then 8 p.m. 50-mile and 50K drop bags will need to be turned in by that time. And then on Saturday at 4 a.m., we'll have morning bib pickup open, and again, you'll want to make sure that you check in at least 45 minutes before the race starts. 5 a.m. we'll have our 50-mile race beginning, and 6 a.m. the 50K race will begin, and 7 a.m. the half marathon race will begin. And again, like I said earlier in this video, you can go to our website, vacationraces.com, and look for Bryce Canyon Ultra, and we'll have all of the details on there, including course maps and elevation and cutoff times. The cutoff times are all updated on there, so you can look at the cutoff times on there. Okay, so let's talk about the course descriptions here really quick. Okay, so once again, I added the map in the comments there. If any of you get a chance, find my comments under the Ultra Adventures there. It's a Google Doc or a Google map, but you can follow along in there pretty easily. So first off, I'm going to talk about the 100-mile route. So the 100-mile route is going to be starting and finishing at the Lucky 7 Ranch. We're going to be heading east for about 2 miles. We'll hit the first aid station, which is our Proctor Canyon aid station, and then we're going to take a right and head to it's a water drop. We're going to call it our 601 water drop, and it's just going to have a water only station there just to make sure that you guys are hydrated well enough between aid stations. And then you're going to continue on to the Blubber Creek aid station, and then you're going to hit Kanab Creek, and then you're going to hit Straight Canyon, and then Pink Cliffs, and then we're going to have our turnaround at Crawford Pass. And then and just on a side note, so this section from Crawford Pass, Pink Cliffs, Kanab, or sorry, not Kanab, Straight Canyon, Kanab, and Blubber, those are some very scenic parts of the course where you're going to get to see some beautiful hoodoos and whatnot. So you guys are in for a treat because you're going to get to see a lot of that stuff twice. So that's a good thing. When you get back to the 601 water drop that I mentioned a little bit ago, you're going to be taking a right and continuing up to Blue Fly Aid Station. And then from Blue Fly Aid, we're going to run out and we're going to head east. We'll head to our Johnson Hollow water station, and then past that is going to be our East Fork aid station. Now this East Fork aid station is going to be a really good spot for crew access. They'll be able to drive right to there from Highway 12, and there will be plenty of places for them to either get dropped off or park their cars. But the nice thing about that access point is it's not on the road that all the runners are going to be running on, so you guys won't have to worry about getting dusted out from all the crew vehicles coming to that point. So I would highly recommend that if you're planning to have crew help you with this race, that's where you're going to want them to meet up with you. That's going to be mile 76 and a half of the course. So it's a good spot to have crew join you. And like I said, from there, they're going to continue on to our Coyote Hollow aid station, which is the aid station that they're going to hit right before they drop down into Thunder Mountain. And once they get to Coyote Hollow, there's no access from that point on to the finish line. So if you're looking for a crew access, like I said, that East Fork aid station is going to be the one that I would recommend. And then you're going to enter Thunder Canyon. And what's different this year with the 100-miler is we've eliminated the red mountain loop. So when you get to the bottom of Thunder Mountain, instead of taking a right and doing a little loop up in Red Mountain, you're going to hang a left and make your way to the Thunder Mountain aid station, and then on to Hillsdale aid station. And then from Hillsdale, you're going to go to Proctor Canyon, and then to the finish. And so that's the 100-mile route. Like I said, you can look online to get a little more detailed version of the maps. And I posted a link in the comments there with a Google Map version that you can zoom in and out of and look at. But that's the 100-mile route. We added mileage at the end. Last year we only went to Pink Cliffs and turned around there, but this year we extended it out to Crawford Pass and eliminated the Red Mountain loop up at the top there. And I think that's going to be better for everyone, and we're excited to make these changes to the course. So, all right, now we're going to go into the 60K. I'm going to go into the 50-mile, and then we'll talk about the difference between the 50K and the 60K. So for the 50-mile, you're going to start and finish in the same location that we did for all the distances. We're going to start at the Lucky 7 Ranch, and we'll head up to Proctor Canyon, and then hang a right to the 601 aid station. But instead of continuing on to Kanab Creek or Blubber Creek from there, we're going to hang a left and head up to Blue Fly aid station. And then from Blue Fly, and this is the only course of all the courses where you're going to be able to run Thunder Mountain and Red Canyon. So if you're wanting to run Thunder Mountain and Red Canyon, this is the course that you're going to want to run. It's going to be beautiful. From Blue Fly, you're going to follow the same route that the 100-miler does. And again, when you get to the end of Thunder Mountain, the difference is you're going to take a right, and you're going to go up to the Red Canyon aid station and do the loop there in Red Canyon, come back to Red Canyon aid station, and then you'll continue on from Thunder Mountain down to Hillsdale aid station to Proctor Canyon, and then to the finish line. And again, like I said before, you can get a lot of these detailed maps on our website, so I would strongly recommend looking those up and referencing what I'm talking about here. Okay, and then now let's talk about the 60K. So we're adding the 60K this year, and I'm going to explain why here in just a sec. There are two parts of this course that are scenic and something that I think a lot of the runners want to see, but maybe not necessarily in the middle of beating yourselves up. And so the difference with the 50K and the 60K, with the 50K, you're going to start at Lucky 7, head up to the Proctor Canyon aid station, and then you're just going to continue on straight to Blue Fly, and you're going to hit the Johnson Hollow water station, and then the East Fork aid station, and then go to Coyote Hollow, and then run through Thunder Mountain. And then when you get to the bottom of Thunder Mountain, you're just going to take a left and head to Thunder Mountain aid station, and then to Hillsdale aid station, to Proctor Canyon, to the finish line. With the 50K, you're going to go to Proctor Canyon, and then you're going to hang a left, and you're going to head up and do the Red Mountain loop, and then turn around and come back to the finish. So the two differences between the 50K and the 60K: 60K runs through Thunder Mountain and not Red Canyon, and the 50K runs through Red Canyon and not Thunder Mountain. So those are your two differences, depending on what you really want to see and experience on race day. Both beautiful courses, both beautiful options, and both challenging and rewarding at the same time. So take a look at that. Again, you can go to the website for details. And then let's talk about the half marathon here real quick. So the half marathon is going to be starting at the Lucky 7 Ranch, and then we're going to be heading kind of north on the foothills of the mountain range there, and then you're going to hit Johnson Canyon, and then you're going to tie back into the route that everybody else is running on. When you get to the main trail there, you're going to take a left up to Hillsdale Aid, and that's where the turnaround is going to be for the half marathon. And then on the way back, the half marathon will just continue on to Proctor Aid Station, Proctor Canyon Aid Station, and then finish at the finish line. And again, I'll say it one more time: the maps online will give you a better vision for what I'm talking about, and you can look at it. This course is a beautiful course. You guys are in for a real treat. I ran the 50 miler on this course 2 years ago, and loved every minute of it. But it was challenging, so I just want to make sure that I emphasize how important hydration is. Make sure that you are drinking plenty of water and paying attention to your hydration needs. Let's see here. Got a few questions here that I want to answer really quick. So Blake asked, so do y'all now have a Bryce Canyon half as well? And like I just discussed, that course is on the website. Blake, you can check that out. Let's see. Are you racing? No, let's see here. Sorry. Just trying to get caught up on some of these. So Blake, in answer to your question, no, these are not in the park. These are all on Forest Service land, just bordering the park. But some of the views that you'll get are just as good, if not better, than some of the stuff that you're going to see in the park. Now, the Thunder Mountain Trail, for those that don't know this about Thunder Mountain Trail, if you've been to Disneyland, there's a ride at Disneyland called Thunder Mountain, and that is actually the section of Thunder Mountain is what they patterned that ride at Disneyland after. So it's very beautiful. You'll get to see a lot of hoodoos and some pretty colors and sandstone structures down in there. Yeah, we're going back to Crawford Pass for the turnaround. Clint, thanks for asking that. Okay, Blake asked again, so for someone doing this for the first time with any of y'all's races, does someone need a crew, or are the aid stations well stocked with goodies? Good question. Yes, the aid stations are going to be very well stocked with everything that you're going to need. I can go over that real quick here. So our aid stations, we will have, I'll just kind of give a brief overview of what you guys can expect at our aid stations. We will have water, gnarly electrolyte drink, honey stinger gels, and then in addition to that, we'll have a lot of cut up fruit. We'll have at the overnight aid stations, we'll have heated food, so quesadillas, burritos, sandwiches, and then we'll have a lot of different finger foods like pickles, M&Ms, Swedish fish, chips, things of that sort, just to kind of help satisfy those different sweet and salty cravings that you guys might need. We'll also have soda. We'll have some different soda options there as well: Coke, Sprite, ginger ale, etc. Yeah, this is a Western States qualifier race. Looks like we've been answering some of those questions. Sorry. All right. Okay. Shuttle plans. Let's talk about shuttle plans really quick. So we will have no shuttle plans. This is the great thing about the new course that we've established here at the Lucky 7 Ranch. There's going to be plenty of parking there, so we won't need to worry about shuttling anybody. So there should be plenty of parking, so everybody can just plan on arriving at the Lucky 7 Ranch and parking from there. As far as crew access goes, I talked on that a little bit, and you can refer to the website for cutoff times for the aid stations. We've gone through and set some Grim Reaper times. I'm going to talk about that real quick here. So Grim Reaper times are absolute cutoff times. We don't have soft or hard cutoff. Like, we don't have soft cutoff times. We have hard cutoff times that we're calling Grim Reaper times, which means that whatever that time is, if you come in 30 seconds after that cutoff time, your race is done. That is a very solid hard cutoff time, and you need to be mindful of what those cutoff times are, because you will not be allowed to continue past those Grim Reaper times. But we also have some minimum pace times that we've posted on the website that you can reference if you're curious about those. I would go over them, but it would probably be a little time consuming for this meeting, so I don't want to take up too much of your time for that. Some fun things that you can do nearby. So the Lucky 7 Ranch does have a pond there. They also have a zip line, which is kind of a fun thing that people can do. But aside from that, Bryce Canyon has some amazing things to do inside the park. I would recommend researching some of those fun things to explore and seeing some of that stuff inside the park there while you're in the area, especially if you're traveling from out of the area. Take advantage of your opportunity to be there and check it out. You're actually not too far from Zion National Park and Antelope Canyon, which are two areas that we have races also. So if you feel so inclined to spend some extra time in the area, there's some really cool things that you can discover there. And then, of course, the town of Kanab is fairly close, and there's a lot of nice lodging and dining options there as well as up in Ruby's there in Bryce Canyon. So make sure you check all that stuff out. Couple reminders and announcements that I want to go over with you guys. We will be opening up registration for Bryce this coming Friday, so make sure you pay attention to that and get on there and sign up. We're going to be giving away a free race entry, so keep an eye out for that. We will also be doing, this week is going to be our Grand Circle Trail Fest. And for those of you who aren't familiar with what Trail Fest is, it's a 3-day trail running festival based out of Kanab, Utah, where day one we will be running in the Red Mountain Thunder Mountains portion of the Bryce Canyon Ultra course, and sorry, not Red Mountain, Red Canyon portion of the course, and it's an amazing experience. We have like a festival there in Kanab where there's camping and food and entertainment and speakers. So if you haven't heard or familiar with what Trail Fest is, check it out on our website. Day 2 they'll run in Zion, and then day 3 they'll be running in Waterhole Canyon and Horseshoe Bend there in the Lake Powell area, which is beautiful. Historically, we've done it on the north rim of the Grand Canyon, but we've changed it this year to Horseshoe Bend and Waterhole Canyon, and I think it's going to be a great improvement. And anyways, that's going to be this next week, the 4th, 5th, and 6th of October. And then third week in October, we're going to be at Lake Powell doing our half marathon. And then the first weekend in November 3rd, we'll be at Joshua Tree in California. And then, like I said, we're going to be giving away some free entries. So if you're interested in a free entry, we're going to give away 2 free entries that can be used at any of our events, except for Trail Fest. Type your name in the comments here, and your favorite trail running website, magazine, blog, etc. in the comments, and we'll pick someone at random on Friday, and we'll reach out. We'll direct message you with instructions on how to collect your prize. Winner number 4 will get a free Bryce Ultra entry, and winner number 5, like I said, can use it at any of our races for any of the distances. The only exception is Trail Fest. So, and I guess that's about all I got to go over for Bryce right now. We'll go to some questions here real quick, and see if we can answer some of these questions. Jack Swiker, I think I'll only be able to do 100 next year, and if you're doing the Zion or Bryce better. So tempted to do both, but only a month apart might be too hard. Sorry, that I guess wasn't really quite a question. So Anna Basso asked the question, if I was trying to make a decision between seeing Thunder Mountain versus Red Canyon, which one is more exposed? That's a really good question. I'd have to say that Red Canyon is probably a little bit less exposed than Thunder Mountain, but I'd say they're probably pretty equal as far as that goes. There's more trees on Red Canyon than Thunder Mountain, but Thunder Mountain you're in a little bit of a canyon for part of it, and then until you start climbing up out of it, and then you can get exposed a little bit. I'm asked if I'm going to grow my beard until the Bryce Canyon Ultras, and the question is probably not. I will probably be shaving it today. Maybe even today I might shave it off. It's getting to that point where I'm getting a little tired of it. But that's a very good question. Let's see. Any other questions? What are the course length choices for Bryce? We went over this here a little bit ago, but I'll just touch on it again real quick. So we're going to have a 100-miler. We're going to have a 50-miler. We'll have a 60K, which is new that we're adding this year, a 60K, a 50K, and a half marathon. And the difference between the 50K and the 60K, once again, the difference is the 50K runs Red Canyon and the 60K runs Thunder Mountain. So depending on what scenery you want to see, those are some good options, and both of them are beautiful. So so check it out on our website. You can see the maps. You can see the elevation profiles and also the cutoff times and all that stuff on there. Here's an interesting thing. So about 90% of the pictures from the course are actually from Thunder Mountain or Red Canyon. So if you want to see both, run the 50-miler. That's the only distance that runs through both Red Canyon and Thunder Mountain. And the parking, again, is the same as last time. And the cutoff times are changing from last year. But again, we've got those updated on the website. So you can refer to the website for any of that information on cutoff times, minimum pace times, and crew access, where we'll have drop bags. So I guess I could talk about drop bags really quick here. So on the map, or sorry, on the website, you'll be able to see all that stuff too. But so Blubber Creek will have drop bags at Blubber Creek. we will have drop bags at Blue Fly aid station. We will have drop bags at Kanab Creek. We'll have drop bags there. At Straight Canyon, we'll have drop bags. We will not have drop bags at Pink Cliffs, and we will have drop bags at Crawford Pass. And for the Johnson Hollow Water Station, there will not be any drop bags there. But the East Fork aid station, which also has crew access, will have drop bags. And Coyote Hollow will have drop bags. And then Hillsdale aid station will have drop bags. And that's for the 100-miler. And then for the 50-miler, they'll all of them that I listed will be the same that coincide with the 50-miler, and Red Canyon aid station will have drop bags. So 50-miler, you'll have Blue Fly, East Fork, Coyote Hollow, Red Canyon, and Hillsdale aid station. Those will be your drop bags for those. And let's see, post-race food. We will have, for the half marathons, for the half marathon runners, we'll have a food recovery box and banana and chocolate milk. For all the other distances, there will be a recovery tent, and you'll also get a meal ticket that can be used before or after the race. And any additional meals, we will have food vendors there that you can purchase any additional meals from. And let's see, is there any more questions on here? Ryan says I should shave it off live. That's a good idea. Maybe tune in for another visit where I shave off complete instructional video on how to properly shave off a beard. Who would be interested in seeing that instructional video? I've got lots of them. I can share lots of instructional videos with you guys. Is this a good course for a first-time ultra race? Stephen Walenda asked if this is a good course for a first-time ultra race. Depending on the distance that you're wanting to run, there are definitely some good course options. I would say that I don't know what your training level is up to as far as distance goes, but I would say if you're fairly new into ultra running, the 50K, the half marathon, and the 60K would be good options to look into if you're new into ultra running. Yeah, the half does have some good scenery. It does not have the same scenery that you're going to see elsewhere on the course. So, but you know, if you're wanting to see some good scenery, you can go run a half marathon and you can go see all the scenery you want afterwards because you're not going to be worn out. So, lots of options there. But it is beautiful and scenic. So, just doesn't have the same. You're just not going to get the same views of the famous, you know, Bryce Canyon hoodoos and things like that from the half marathon course. Let's see. Marshall Brace asked, "Do all start and end at the range point?" Yeah, they all start and end at the exact same location at the Lucky 7 Ranch. And no, not all the races are on Saturday. The 100-miler will start on Friday, and I talked the timeline here a little while ago on race day, so I can touch on that again really fast here since I already did that. But yeah, so Thursday is going to be the Expo bib pickup for the 100-milers. They're going to do from 4 to 7, 100-miler check-in at the expo. Mouth Proctor Canyon, 50-mile, 50K, and half marathon runners can check in at this time or on Friday from 2 to 7. 6 p.m. on Thursday is going to be a 100-mile course overview meeting, which is optional, and then 8 p.m. the 100-mile drop bags need to be dropped off. That is a firm deadline on that. Friday, before the race at 4 a.m., we'll have morning bib pickup open up, and the 100-mile race will begin at 5 a.m. From 2 to 7 p.m. on Friday, the 50-mile, 50K, and half marathon check-in bib pickup will be going on at the Lucky 7 Ranch. Any runners unable to check in at this time may also be able to check in on race day. Make sure that you check in at least 45 minutes early before the race. And then 6 p.m. on Friday, we'll have a course overview meeting. Again, that is optional. And then 8 p.m. on Friday is when 50-mile and 50K / 60K drop bags need to be dropped off. And then on Saturday, 4 a.m. morning bib pickup. I can't say that word. Morning bib pickup opens. And again, just like on Friday, you want to make sure you're there at least 45 minutes early before the race starts. At 5 a.m., we're going to start the 50-miler. At 6 a.m., we're going to start the 50K. And at 7 a.m., we're going to start the half marathon. And the 60K is not on here, but we're going to have to, so stay tuned for that. We may adjust those start times because we're going to need to squeeze in the 60K into that. So what we might do is do the 60K at maybe 5:30 a.m. and then start the 50K at 6 a.m. and then do the half marathon or something like that. But refer back to the website. We will be adjusting those start times for those distances on Saturday there. Let's see, anything else? Let's see. Packet in the same locations last year. Yes, packet pickup is in the same locations last year. Where's a good spot for spectators to watch 50K and 60K? The 60K, that's East Fork Aid Station would be a good spot that has good access without dusting out all the runners with their vehicles. So I would say if any spectators want to spectate, that would be a good spot. Another good spot that they could drive to for the 60K would be right before right there on Coyote Hollow. But that road is going to have some runners on it, so I would probably recommend East Fork over Coyote Hollow. Try and stay away from that one just because nobody wants to get dusted out while they're running. But good question. Then for the 50K at the Red Canyon Aid Station would be a good spot to spectate for the 50K. Other than that, the access isn't super friendly. So, but Red Canyon's easy to get to and a great place to spectate for the 50K. And no, Blake Salem has not run one of the ultras, but he is actually wanting to run possibly the 50K at Antelope Canyon this year. So I'm trying to talk him into running at least one of the distances at each of the races this year. So we'll keep working on him on that one. And I'm sure he's probably watching this. So Salem, you need to you got people wanting you to go run with them. So you're gonna have to go run with them. 60. Okay, Coyote Hollow, East Fork, Red Canyon. Yep, that's correct, Marshall. Coyote Hollow and East Fork, but recommended East Fork, and then Red Canyon for the 50K. Okay. Any other questions anybody has? I'll stay on here for a few more minutes, and then we'll sign off. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, lyle@vacationraces.com. I'm happy to answer any and all questions that you might have. And then again, just as a reminder, we will be opening registration up this Friday, so make sure to get in and get registered early on that race. It's going to be a great one this year. And again, the date for the race this year, for those that tuned in a little late, is going to be May 17th and 18th. And we look forward to seeing you all there, and make sure you come and say hi to me at the event. And we'll chat with you guys later. Have a great day.